Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We made it to Wednesday night and we're wide awake at 8 p.m. That's a little crazy. So, oh man, are you in for it? Buckle up. We have a lawyer in front of a disciplinary board. Just wait till you hear what this lawyer has done, and we hear it from a judge who gets called as witness. This lawyer is he trying to get disbarred? That's all I want to know. I just want to know if he's trying on purpose to get disbarred, and he is in jail for contempt of court. So he is appearing from jail. And unfortunately, this is the worst part. It's so embarrassing. It's so humiliating. He's from Pennsylvania. How dare he? How dare he do that in my Commonwealth? Right? What is wrong with him? Anyway, then we're going to visit an old friend who we miss and love. So, buckle up. I'm telling you. Oh, Zach. Law Nerds Unite. It's hard to type Zach's channel, Law Nerds Unite, because I always type untie instead of unite. Now I can't even say it. Zach, you're going to change your channel name. Change it to something completely simple. Court. Watch this court. You just trust me. Change your channel to that. So when I first got this clip, I did not have it unmuted. So I got this whole hearing, no sound. And Zach swooped in and saved me. Sent me this with sound. Zach, I'm eternally grateful for this because it's so good. I have Zach's link to his channel, which is phenomenal. A phenomenal channel in the description. So please go ahead and check him out too. But buckle up. Here we go. Nope, that's not right. That's right.
Chair of this hearing committee. To my right is seated John Hahn, fellow committee member. There was a third committee member who developed a personal emergency over the weekend and is not able to be here. Pursuant to Rule of Disciplinary Enforcement 206A, 2 members of a hearing committee constitute a quorum, and because of that, we will proceed with the hearing. I'd ask the parties to introduce themselves. First, ODC.
Thank you. My name is Jennifer Tobias, and I'm representing Office of Disciplinary Counsel.
Good morning, Mark Gilson, appearing on behalf of the Office of Disciplinary Counsel.
Right, Mr. Criazzo.
Ron Criazzo, apparently the respondent here.
Thank you. And I should have said at the beginning, this matter is captioned Office of Disciplinary Counsel versus Ron Criazzo, number 62 DB 2024. I have a required statement to be read before we go further, and I will do that now. Pursuant to Section 89.151 of the Disciplinary Board Rules, the respondent is hereby notified that after this hearing committee makes its finding on the issue of alleged misconduct, the participants are then entitled to offer any evidence which is relevant and material on the issue of the type of discipline to be imposed. The respondent is further advised that any finding of this committee as to the alleged misconduct and/or the type of discipline to be imposed is only a recommendation to the disciplinary board. The board has the power to accept or reject the findings and the recommendations of the hearing committee. If the board rejects the findings or recommendation of the hearing committee, the board in turn has the power to either increase or decrease the recommended discipline of the hearing committee if they find professional misconduct. In the event the board finds public discipline in the form of disbarment, suspension, probation, or public censure to be appropriate, the board's decision relevant to the alleged misconduct and/or the type of discipline to be imposed is not considered a final order, but only a recommendation which is submitted to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania for the court's deliberation. The Supreme Court of Pennsylvania, in turn, will consider the matter de novo and will issue a final order either accepting the recommendations of the board, dismissing the petition for discipline, or increasing or decreasing the type of discipline recommended by the board. In the event the disciplinary board concludes that a matter should be resolved by public reprimand or private discipline, the participants have limited rights to request review of the board's findings by the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania pursuant to the Pennsylvania Rules of Disciplinary Enforcement. Again, once the matter reaches the Supreme Court, the court has the power to increase or decrease the discipline recommended by the board. Thank you. So at this point, I think we're prepared to proceed. Would the Office of Disciplinary Counsel like to make an opening statement?
So
Yes.
I'm not prepared. Actually, Mr. Chair, I'm not prepared to proceed. I'd like to request a continuance today. I'm at a severe disadvantage. I don't have the petition. I don't have any of the documents. I've been incarcerated since October 27th. So I haven't had an opportunity to participate and respond and do what I need to do here. In addition to that, there were limited resources in the facility where I was. So there was no pens available, paper, et cetera. So I couldn't participate in the process due to lack of resources. This is the first request for continuance. I'm here at Camp Hill, right around the corner, I guess, somewhere here in Harrisburg. This is the first request for a continuance. I didn't even know about this particular hearing until Mr. Gilson approached me on or about December 5, which was my sentencing date. And I was incarcerated prior to that. The judge put me in jail on a probation, on the bail violation. So I've been restricted and have had limited resources available to participate and or to represent myself in this matter. I've also had limited telephone contact, which means I was not even able to reach out to try to.
If I may, I do object here. Mr. Criazzo's request for a continuance has been considered and denied by the disciplinary board chair.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
I wasn't aware.
Mr. Criazzo, excuse me.
I wasn't aware if you received a written request or not.
All right, Mr. Criazzo.
Yes.
You did make a written request for a continuance, which was addressed by the chair of the disciplinary board, and that request was denied, I believe, on Friday, this past Friday. So a further request is not appropriate at this time. The request for a continuance was made and denied, so we will proceed today.
ODC, Your Honor, members of the committee, ODC would make the following opening statement. On August 18th of 2025, ODC filed a petition for discipline in this matter. The next day, August 19th of 2025, that petition was personally served on the respondent. The respondent failed to provide an answer within the required time pursuant to Enforcement Rule 208B3 and Board Rule Section 8954D. All factual allegations set forth in the petition for discipline are deemed admitted. Furthermore, pursuant to Enforcement Rule 208B4 and Board Rule Section 8993D, no evidence with respect to any factual allegation in the petition for discipline that has been deemed admitted may be presented at any hearing on this matter. Therefore, pursuant to the disciplinary rules, all factual allegations submitted in the petition are deemed admitted, and no other evidence regarding those factual allegations deemed admitted may be presented. Accordingly, ODC has no witnesses to present in this hearing, and in fact would be precluded from presenting any witnesses to testify as to any factual allegations. Rather, we would move into evidence ODC Exhibits 1 through 78 in their entirety. Note for the record that copies of ODC's exhibit were personally served on the respondent on December 12th of 2025, and pursuant to the hearing committee's order, ODC did not receive any objections from the respondent as to their authenticity or admissibility. With the admission into evidence of ODC Exhibits 1 through 78, ODC rests its case in the disciplinary part of the proceeding, and asks the board, or asks the hearing committee rather, to make a prima facie finding that at least one of the charged rules of professional conduct have been proven. Pursuant to the rules, you do not have to specify which of those charged rules has been violated. Thank you.
Mr. Creoso,
Hypocrisy.
do you have
Yes,
a
Chairman.
brief opening statement?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, very briefly, that here's the hypocrisy of this entire proceeding. You have a rule that says an attorney may not be a witness and an attorney in the same proceeding. Mr. Gilson has participated as a witness and an attorney in this entire proceeding from the beginning to current. He appeared in front of Northampton County Court of Common Pleas, Judge Mahone, on December 5, 2025, and indicated that he was still co-counsel in this matter. He cannot be co-counsel and a witness in the same case. The hypocrisy here is abounding. It's astonishing. In addition to that, there are factual allegations that I can get into. The first of which is that your
Objection.
office does not.
I object to counsel making any
Be quiet, Mr.
argument
Gilson, I
regarding
didn't
factual
object. Wait,
allegations
excuse me.
that are deemed
Be
admitted.
quiet.
Oh, Mr. Creoso, if there's an objection, please stop talking and we'll hear the objection.
My objection is pursuant to the rules, counsel cannot engage in any factual statements or arguments, as to factual allegations that have been deemed admitted. It is not permissible.
Again, Your Honor, I did not have the resources.
Wait, excuse me, Mr. Creoso, please wait. Objection sustained. Mr. Creoso, you cannot address facts which have already been admitted.
I don't even know what facts have already been admitted. The only thing I can tell you is that your office does not have police powers, and this gentleman and his goon trespassed on my private property.
Objection. These are
I'm sorry,
factual
this is
allegations
not-
that are deemed admitted.
Sustained.
Admit your ass, Mr. Gilson, and stick him up.
Wait, all right, hold it. All right, that's enough, Mr. Creoso.
Your Honor,
you've
I've had
worn
enough
out
of
your
these
welcome
entire
on your opening
proceedings. I've had enough of
your
these
opening
entire
statement is
proceedings
complete.
And these two clowns. The hypocrisy is
All right,
abundant. It's
Mr.
ridiculous.
Creoso, we're not going to listen to this. I'm going to ask that they
Mr.
mute
Gilson
you
has
if you
told
continue talking
is
like that.
ridiculous. Mr. Gilson should be facing a perjury charge.
All right.
for lying
Objection.
in the criminal case.
Sustained. All right, Sarah, could
Mr.
you please
Gilson, were
mute
you
Mr.
fired from the
Creoso?
city of Pennsylvania, from the city of Philadelphia, DA's office?
Objection.
Were
Sustained
you
again.
fired from the DA's office, Mr. Gilson?
Mr. Scott?
Creoso.
Yes or
Do
no?
you can mute him or no? Okay.
All right, Mr. Creoso, your comments were wholly inappropriate in the context of this hearing. And you did not listen to me. So we have put you on mute. I will ask you at appropriate times if you have comment.
Uh-oh, there he goes.
That's
Well,
That DOC on the back of his shirt, that means Department of Correction.
okay, I will ask you at appropriate times if you have comment, and if so, you can comment. But if necessary, we will enforce that you not be able to speak if you continue to make inappropriate comments. So with that, I would ask the Office of Disciplinary Counsel to present your case.
Thank you. I move for the admission into evidence of ODC Exhibits 1 through 78.
There was a pre-hearing order about the exchange of exhibits and requiring that a party, that the respondent state any objections to those exhibits within 1 week. It's been represented that no objections were stated, so any objections are waived, and the exhibits 1 through 78 are accepted into evidence.
Thank you, sir. I would then ask that the hearing committee make a finding that ODC has proven a prima facie violation of at least one of the charged rules of professional conduct.
Okay, well, at this point, I would, does the ODC rest from its case in chief at this point?
Yes, I'm sorry. At this point, I think there's a,
Can you,
can we go to the here, to,
Mr.
Camp Hill?
Scott, could you unmute Mr. Criazzo, please? I believe okay, I'm sorry. Sarah, could you please unmute Mr. Criazzo? Okay,
Yes, I did.
thank you.
Mr.
right, Sarah.
Criazzo is gone.
I see you standing there in uniform. Could
Yes,
you
I'm
state
sorry,
your
yeah.
name, and is there something you want to tell us?
My name's Officer Michael Kaminsky. Right now, Criazzo is refusing to take part and sit in a room.
All right,
I
thank
just
you.
wanted to let-
could you spell your last name for the record, please?
It's Kaminsky.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mulhern, is it possible that we can just continue the hearing and then keep the WebEx up for Mr. Criazzo? And then if he chooses to participate, we can continue. And if he chooses not to participate, then that's his choice.
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, if you can just keep the live stream going from SCI Camp Hill, and then if Mr. Criazzo chooses to participate, then that's his choice. And if he chooses not to, that's his choice as well. Thank you.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
go
I
ahead,
would,
Mr. Gilson.
I would just ask that the record reflect that it is approximately 9:54 a.m. And at this time, Mr. Criazzo has removed himself voluntarily from the disciplinary proceedings and is refusing to proceed or attend.
Okay,
All right,
now,
thank you.
a lot of you are going to think we just saw the best part. You would be wrong. We saw a tantrum from a lawyer who apparently is trying to get disbarred. I can't think of anything else. But now we're going to hear witnesses tell us what he did. Oh my God. Oh my, buckle up.
I was starting to ask where ODC rests if Mr. Criazzo had any evidence to present. And that was when he left the video.
Right.
So he is no longer with us as far as we can tell. And with that as his declining the offer to present any evidence at this phase of the hearing.
And for the record, I don't know if I stated it or not, but ODC does rest its case with the admission into evidence of its exhibits numbers 1 through 78. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go off the video, please.
You want to go off the live stream?
Off the live stream, please.
Okay.
The hearing committee has deliberated based upon the evidence that was presented and finds that the Office of Disciplinary Counsel has established a prima facie violation of at least one of the disciplinary rules alleged in the petition for discipline to have been violated. In that case, under the procedural rules, we will move toward the penalty phase of the hearing. And I ask the Office of Disciplinary Counsel if they have any evidence to present on any mitigating or aggravating factors.
Yes, ODC has evidence to present regarding aggravating factors. First of all, ODC would move for the admission into evidence of its exhibits relevant to aggravating factors, which were previously marked as ODC Exhibits A through DD. ODC Exhibits A through DD.
And
Copies-
I'm sorry, Mr. Gilson, were these exhibits provided to Mr. Criazzo at the same time as the exhibits for your case in chief were provided?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were personally provided to and served on Mr. Criazzo on December 12th of 2025, and ODC did not receive any objections regarding the authenticity or admissibility of any of its exhibits relevant to aggravating factors for this portion of the proceedings.
Okay, so are you moving them into evidence at this time?
Yes, I am. I would move for the admission and evidence of those exhibits identified as ODC A through ODC DD.
Okay. As with the exhibits for ODC's case in chief, where no objection was provided and where Mr. Criazzo is not objecting at this moment, the exhibits ODC A through DD are admitted.
We have one witness that we would like to present regarding aggravating factors, and that is Northampton County Court of Common Pleas Judge Anthony Beltrami. He will be testifying remotely.
Do we need a few minutes to get that set up?
He's calling a judge as a witness. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Sarah, is the judge in the waiting room?
Yes.
Okay, if you can bring him in, please.
Will the judge be sworn as a witness? Okay. Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
You are free to proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge Beltrami.
Good morning.
Are you a duly elected judge of the Court of Common Pleas of Northampton County?
At this time, today is my first day as an actual senior judge. I retired.
Okay,
at the end of
congratulations.
this year. Thank you.
How long did you serve as a Northampton County Court of Common Pleas judge before assuming senior status?
20 years.
Do you know the respondent in this matter, Ronnie Lewis Criazzo?
Yes.
Prior to today, did you have an opportunity to review ODC exhibits 1 through 78, as well as ODC exhibits relevant to aggravating factors A through DD?
Yes.
Specifically, did you review those exhibits in which Mr. Criazzo made false statements regarding your qualifications and integrity as a sitting judge?
Yes.
Did you also review ODC exhibits where Mr. Criazzo accused you of lying and testifying falsely under oath at a prior related disciplinary proceeding?
Yes, I did.
In those exhibits, did you see where Mr. Criazzo repeatedly and persistently made accusations that you were involved in an affair with the Northampton County Prothonotary?
Yes, I saw that, and he began those allegations after I filed a disciplinary complaint against him, and he also accused the same Prothonotary of inappropriate behavior with other judges and other attorneys.
Are any of those accusations true, sir?
No.
Did you see in the exhibits that were provided to you, Mr. Criazzo's accusations that you were motivated to file a disciplinary complaint with the Office of Disciplinary Counsel to retaliate and revenge alleged comments that Mr. Criazzo made to the Northampton County Prothonotary?
Yes, and I became aware of his delusion, I believe, in May of 2024 when he sent me a very inappropriate email in which he first started alleging that, and that was probably 6 months after I filed the complaint. Or maybe that was 2025.
Did he make those accusations in emails to yourself?
Yes, he's made them in emails to me.
And in the exhibits that were provided, did you see where he made those accusations in emails that he sent to ODC?
Yes, he's repeatedly been saying this in emails, on the record, under oath, everywhere he can.
Did you see where he made those accusations during his testimony?
So if you don't, okay, this attorney that we just saw have a tantrum and storm out, the stupid attorney is trying to get disbarred, I guess, in the middle of other court cases that have absolutely nothing to do with nothing. This attorney will on the record bring up how this judge, other judges, and other lawyers are banging the pathonetary. But wait, he does it in one more place too. Hold on, it's coming.
At a prior disciplinary hearing.
Yes, I was there.
Did you see and read where he made those accusations in argument and in statements to that hearing committee?
Yes, I did.
And amongst the exhibits that you were provided, did you also see transcripts from hearings that were unrelated to the disciplinary proceedings where Mr. Criazzo made those accusations on the record in open court before other judges?
Yes, I did see that. And those other judges actually told me about that when those occurred.
Did you read, as one of the ODC exhibits, a brief that Mr. Criazzo submitted to the hearing committee titled "The Tale of the Promiscuous Prothonotary"?
Yes, I read that, in which he makes the allegation, but in the same document pretty much admits that it's based upon rumors he heard and conjecture.
Did you see where Mr. Criazzo accused you of filing a frivolous complaint?
He said that many times, but the board already found that it was valid, and the record speaks for itself.
Did you see, and do you recall reading an email that Mr. Criazzo sent to Chief Disciplinary Counsel in which he accused you of being, quote, dirty, unquote, and filing a complaint out of revenge?
Yes, I did see that.
Judge Beltrami, I would like you to go on in your own words then and tell this here.
I'm sorry, but if somebody called me, an adulteress, and I wasn't, okay, that would annoy me, especially if I was a judge and I have, my reputation and everything. What if somebody called me dirty? That is below the belt. That's not okay. Why would you say that? I'm not dirty. That's an insult.
Hearing committee, how these false accusations have affected you both personally and professionally?
Well, anybody who knows me and knows Mr. Criazzo knows that this is absolutely ridiculous. But I have to say that
shower every day.
my entire
It's
career
ridiculous.
as both a lawyer and a judge has been built on my reputation, and it's something that I value. I have 4 children, but I have 2 sons who are attorneys. One's a partner in a law firm in Allentown. The other's an associate in a firm in Allentown. And as I said, anybody who knows me knows that this is completely ridiculous. And anybody who knows Mr. Criazzo, his reputation over the last 35 years speaks for itself. He is been a thorn in the side of anyone who's had to deal with him over the last 35 years. So anybody who knows us both knows how ridiculous it is. But to have a lawyer put these things in writing, in pleadings, in emails, in filings, saying it in open court,
Don't forget
is
that
really
brief.
something that bothers me,
brief.
not because of the fact that, of what he says. It's that people who don't know me or don't know him could still have this situation where they say to themselves, why is this allegation being made? And so for me, it's very, very unsettling because, as I said, when my kids were younger, we hung our keys on a plaque, and on that plaque was Proverbs. I have the plaque in my office here now, 22:1, and it says, "A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. And that was something I pounded into the heads of my children. And I always said to them,
Riches, please.
it takes a lifetime to build a reputation, but it takes one mistake to ruin it. So be careful in everything you do because your name is everything. And again, as I said, I have 2 children who practice in the Lehigh Valley. I've built up a reputation that I believe is unblemished in years as a lawyer, 15 years and 20 years as a judge. So even though, in my opinion, Mr. Criazzo has serious mental health issues, has serious delusional thinking, and if you read his documents, they speak for themselves. In one breath, he says this allegation. In another breath, he says it. And I was particularly going through the exhibits when I was preparing for this. And even if you look at ODC Exhibit 73, which is a transcript from a hearing, I don't remember. I think this might have been the disciplinary hearing. He says, right in this whole thing, now Beltrami does his thing, meaning I filed a complaint against him. And I will, let me just take my glasses off here, assert it was the Corey complaint was about the prothonotary, and I'll assert that Beltrami's complaint was about the prothonotary because he didn't like what I said to her back in August of 2022. And then he goes on to say, and there is no way that the 2 of them could have known that information without at least conversing about it. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but then he says, so while they may not have been in a sexual relationship, they were certainly in some kind of personal relationship. That's my position. That's my opinion. And then in his brief titled The Tale of the Promiscuous Prothonotary, he talks about this whole situation of how this delusion came about. And he says, now the prothonotary.
I have never wanted to read a briefing more in my entire life than the tale of the promiscuous prothonotary.
Terry's reputation is nothing new. I learned it from a colleague in 2015 who alleged to be a participant along with 4 or 5 other attorneys and 2 judges. So he's saying that he heard some person say this to him 10 years ago. And he says, why he burdened me with this story is beyond me. But what he described and what he implicated sounded plausible and credible to me. And this is on ODC 75, page 3. In any event, I did not suspect Judge Beltrami was a participant until after I presented the motion at issue here. And the motion he's referring to is the frivolous motion that he filed, which led to me filing a complaint for him filing that motion and then sending me a completely ex parte communication trying to influence my decision about the motion. But at the bottom of that page, he also says something about he believes that when he filed a lawsuit against 2 of the lawyers from the disciplinary board, and he alleges that when he filed it, the prothonotary called me. And even in there, you could just see how his delusional mind works. He said, when he filed it, she ran back to her office and immediately phoned someone. Quote, my bet it was Judge Beltrami, end quote. And I've been dealing with Mr. Criazzo for 35 years, and when he gets a thought in his mind, it becomes fact. And if you look at all of the things he said and all of the things he's emailed and all of the things he has put in writing, you can see that delusional thought process just runs right through everything he does. And it's absolutely ridiculous on one hand, but on the other hand, it's serious. And it's why we have a rule that says you can't just make reckless statements about the integrity of a judge, because these are things he has said in open court and has filed, and I really, really take offense to them. It's not fair to my wife, it's not fair to my children, and it's not fair to anybody who has to see this or deal with it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're
I have
welcome.
no other questions for Judge Beltrami. Does any member of the hearing committee have any questions?
No, we have no questions. Although at this point, if Mr. Criazzo were present, I would offer him the opportunity to cross-examine. But since he has,
That does annoy me that the lawyer just says, does the panel have any questions? You're not in charge here, sir. They ask that, not you. Knock it off.
has left this hearing, we take that as a waiver of an opportunity to cross-examine. So with that, Judge Beltrami, thank you very much. And I hate to say this to a judge, but you are excused.
Oh,
Judge, I
thank you
hope
very
I
much,
never
and have a
see
great
you
day.
professionally, ever.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
It's fine.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Does ODC,
But what did his mom say? Did his mom say it was okay? Do we need to get his mom in here? Where's Chinny? It's not over. Oh, it's not over. Is it over? No, okay. We're almost there. I just didn't cut enough. Because I'm a freaking professional, guys.
if he had any evidence for mitigating or aggravating factors on the penalty phase, but since he is not present, we will again take that as a waiver of his opportunity to present such evidence. Does ODC wish to make a closing argument or to reserve any comments for the briefing?
I asked of my counsel if she had a closing argument because she told me she had prepared an opening statement. And I was not aware of that. And I didn't mean to deprive her of the opportunity to present her opening statement.
It appears to be, it's a pattern.
Yes. Yes, I do apologize to everyone. No, ODC does not, I don't think a closing statement is necessary here. Mr. Criazzo is no longer present. He's voluntarily absented himself from these proceedings and no longer wishes to participate. We will submit our argument in a brief to the hearing committee.
Okay. Thank you very much. With nothing further, we
That's
can
it.
go off the live stream.
Okay. Just keep, SCI Campbell, if you could just keep running while we just go over the briefing
so
real
weird
quick,
hearing
please.
Camp
Thank
Hill.
you.
Camp Hill. I could
state
just
the
go
briefing
there
if
right
you'd
now.
like,
So we
or
do
you
briefing
can stay.
schedule.
You can
It's up
go
to
to
you.
Camp Hill. Be there in a couple
I
minutes.
can state the briefing.
It's right down the road.
Chair
Oh.
of this hearing committee, to my
So that was yesterday. Nope, that was Monday. And then Tuesday was supposed to be day 2. Nothing happened on Tuesday. So that was it. So now they're going to make a decision based on that. But Zach did throw more information in my Discord about what happened to this guy 2 days ago. And if you're not in my Discord, you got to get in my Discord because you learn so much in there. You get so much more information. Everybody adds what they know about different things afterwards. So Criazzo was sentenced on December 5th to 15th to 46 months in state prison, not jail, prison, followed by 4 years of consecutive probation on the original charges, plus an additional 3 to 6 months for the finding of contempt. So he's going to be in jail for a while. But he's crazy. Joseph, you were right. Okay, prothonotary, she does sound like a fun one, but I know they do deeds. They take care of the deeds. I think they take care of the wills as well, but I'm not 100%, I'm only 50% sure on that. I'm 100% sure if you want to look up a deed or a lien against a home or something, you walk right into the prothonotary to do that. I'm sure he's going to get disbarred. I don't know, but I'm sure you can't act like that and be an attorney. You cannot. You cannot just trash judges and prothonotaries and other lawyers. He would say this stuff in the middle of a hearing that had nothing to do with anything. And then those judges would run to that judge and say, guess what? Guess what just happened in my hearing? Here's the transcripts. So yeah, I'm sure. Listen, Pennsylvania, don't let me down. Make sure that disbarment is in his future. He's been doing it for 35 years. Get out of here. Come on. How has he not been disbarred before now? I know that he's been I lost the word. He's been disciplined before. That's not the word that I want to say. But this isn't his first rodeo in front of the disciplinary council. But it should be his last. Now we're going to move on to an old friend. We're going to play an old friend for a while to finish up this stream. You ready? And then maybe he'll even say hi. I don't know. That's me guessing. I don't know. But when I put this up, I want to put this up first. I want to keep this in the middle of the screen all the time, so we remember what we're watching. I should move it a little bit though, shouldn't I? I'll just keep moving it around. Here we go.
All right. With all that said,
This is from
Mr.
American
Osman, I'll
Court.
let you
Link
begin
in the
by presenting
description.
your testimony first, sir.
Okay, Your Honor. I don't know where to start here. I guess I'm just gonna kind of start at the top here, the best that I can, to try to explain. The defendant here has filed a protective order against me before we have got here today. I don't feel I was allowed to explain my innocence during that hearing. I believe it was fraudulently obtained and used by her to obtain an unfair tactical advantage. No harm or unsafe situation ever occurred. She wrote it in her statement. She was in fear for her life from me, and I believe that is a lie. And because of her slandering my name without merit, her PFA was granted. Nothing exists as proof or evidence that she has ever been harmed in any way. I was unjustly removed from my home that I clearly own as stated on the deed because of her fraudulent accusations. She was able to weaponize the system against me. Her fraudulent case has been already decided much quicker than we have got here today, kind of unfairly, because of her meritless accusations. She's cost me my home and a way to make a living for myself. I believe this was done to ruin my career. She should be held liable for the damages and lost wages that this has caused me. She should be held.
Hey, Marie, we don't know. We've been checking on Snoopy. We've been trying to get a hold of him. You know what? Just as you said that, I realized I have his phone number. So why don't we go to this court and I'm gonna check in on him because there's been quite a few of us just wondering how he's been. And so I'll text him and see how he's doing.
Responsible for her lies and damages she's called that she's caused, and she filed the restraining order in retaliation to being evicted from the residence. She has known for over 2.5 years that I no longer wanted her living there. She refused to leave after being served with eviction papers. She has no right to the property as her name is not on the deed or any lease. Her claim of common law marriage is not valid. We were never married. No marriage license exists. I nor her never intended to be married and never presented ourselves as married. I have several witnesses that know this is true. I have never wore a ring and I've never presented her as my wife. And I believe that she has, obtained this
And you never will with that attitude, mister.
unfair advantage. She's also stolen money from my accounts with various apps without my permission. I believe I should be placed in sole control of the property, and her previous restraining order should be rescinded due to the false accusation.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Munn, what's your position on all of this, ma'am?
Well, Your Honor, that's
Well,
quite interesting.
Before I go forward, forgive me. I didn't know if you had any questions you wanted to ask Mr. Osmet before giving your side of the case.
No. I understand there's been some things not told correctly. And so I am here. I'll kind of set the story straight, I guess.
Well, give me your perspective.
So the last thing he said to me, he threatened my life whenever he left the house with his girlfriend. And I filed the PFA directly after that because I was in fear for my life. The last person that threatened my life stabbed me 16 times. So I do worry about that. He's pushed me down before. We've had altercations, but I never called the cops or anything like that. But this time when he threatened my life, I just felt it was a bit more serious. So I put the PFA on him. The PFA grants the plaintiff possession of the residence of how, or let's see, grants possession of the residence to the household or residence to the household to the plaintiff, excluding the defendant, and restrains the defendant from entering or remaining in the residence. And I was unable to send in court document, or I'm sorry, yeah, the PFA or the divorce papers because the day after.
I know this is confusing, but the people we see, like we see Quietly Soulful talking right now, they're not here. They're not in my live stream. I'm showing a live stream from Bill from exactly 1 year ago. Now, I don't mean to the day. It wasn't, it could have been January 7th, but it's close to January 7th when Bill posted this live stream. It was 1 year ago. And we were all just sitting around watching his live stream. So you're going to see a lot of old names pop up. But that does not mean they're here right now, because they're not. Some of you are. I'm here, and I was there. See how that works? Now I confused everybody. Jude, are you here? Are you okay?
Court last time, he maliciously turned the electricity off on me and my son on the coldest day of the year. So I had to come up with a bunch of money to get the electricity turned back on because it was originally in my name, and then he took it out and put it in his name, and it had been in his name for about 3 months, and then he took it back out of his name to try to leave me with no way to turn it back on. But I was able to get the electricity back on that day, so I apologize I wasn't able to send anything over. It took literally every last penny I had to get it back on. The PFA, that was not, I did not do any of this out of retaliation for anything. I'm just simply standing my ground, and I'm not taking his abuse anymore. And so that's why there's all these accusations flying over my head, which I expected. We have court for the PFA. See, he's in contempt of court right now. And we have court February 8th, I believe, because he missed the last court hearing. And then, of course, they're still waiting to serve him papers on the divorce.
Okay. And are the things you've explained happening in Butler County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that, did you have anything that you wanted to bring in from your witness, Ms. Munn?
Yeah, I have a witness because throughout our history together, we've been together 16 years. Technically, and we have introduced ourselves as husband and wife. He actually did have a ring on when we first, a little bit after we first got together, but to be honest, I wouldn't consider us married at that point, but he did wear a ring until I asked for it back when we broke up the first time. And we were apart for about 3 months and then got back together. But my witness here, she's seen us in Missouri about 12 years ago, I want to say, or 13 years ago. When we lived in Missouri, and also here in Butler County, and that we have presented ourselves as a husband and wife, and we've called each other husband and wife. And Lori's the one who has seen that happen. As long as Justin's friends have seen that. When we first went to Tennessee to meet his family, he introduced me as his wife, but I understand none of his friends are gonna, testify on my behalf. They'll testify for him, so I don't expect any of that.
Go ahead, Ms. Munn.
All right, Lori, whenever you visited us in Missouri and also came to visit in Andover, did we represent ourselves as a married couple? Or would you have thought we were a married couple at that time?
Yes. Bill, look at my joke. Bill, look up. Eyes up here, buddy. Bill, look at my joke.
Have I ever spoke to you and called him my husband, or has Justin ever called me his wife?
Yes.
About how long do you think between the time that you know of till now that we had a relationship?
From my knowledge, it's been since you were in that I can go back to when I met Justin back in when you lived in Missouri. So from the time you were in Missouri till the time you've been in Butler County.
Okay. So a minimum of like 12, 13 years.
I mean, that's what I've known.
Sure.
I mean, I knew of you guys living in Raleigh together too, but I didn't meet him until Missouri.
Right. And we lived in Raleigh before Missouri. Well, was it before or after? I can't remember.
Both.
You're right. Well, that's really all I needed on your part, just to hear the third party, witness that we have called each other husband and wife, and we have lived as a married couple. And we bought the house 3 years ago. And were we together whenever we bought the house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then I guess that's all my questions for now.
All right, Mr. Osment, do you have any questions for Miss Deering?
I don't have any. No, Your Honor, I don't have any questions for
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor. Is there any way I can call anyone?
Well, do you have someone that's available?
Yes, sir, I do.
I don't see anybody else on our meeting. Are they calling in right now?
Well, they're here with me now.
Oh, okay. Who is here with you? What's the person's name?
This would be my dad, Dwight Osment.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Osment. You can ask questions of your father.
Oh, all right. I guess, Dad, I just want to ask you, have you ever known in the entire time of me and her knowing each other, have we ever presented ourselves as married? No. Okay. And have I ever referred to her as my wife in any way, or ever presented her as my wife in any way? No, sir. Okay. And I have one other person I'd like to call.
Okay, who's that?
That would be my girlfriend, Cynthia Blankenship.
All right. And Miss Blankenship, did you too raise your hand and swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right. Go ahead. You can ask questions of her, Mr. Osment.
Okay, Cynthia. Do you know of any time that I have ever presented this woman as my wife at any point that you have ever known me?
No.
Have I ever implied that I was married to her?
Okay, so is he asking his girlfriend, has he ever presented this woman as his wife? That's probably not the best witness for him. She's not doing anything for herself. He's not doing anything for him. They're both kind of a mess. I think this whole video is worth it for the last 15 seconds. I think this whole video makes it up.
That I ever intended to marry her?
No.
That's all, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Munn, do you have any questions either for Dwight Osment or Miss Blankenship?
No, they know what's true and what's not. I'm okay.
All right. Well, give me a little bit to review the file. And then, like I said, if either of you have closing statements when we return, we can hear those and then I'll make a decision from there. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. I had a computer issue on my end. In any event, I think both of you had told your sides of the story very ably. And it seems that there are a lot of moving parts. It seems that There are claims of a threat and an outright avowal that no such thing ever happened. And there's accusations of use of the legal system to attain tactical or unfair tactical advantage. But I don't think this court has to or should address issues concerning the marriage or any protection issues, because I think that this single question of the eviction is, at least at this snapshot in time, resolvable through the prism of just the document which speaks to that issue. Mr. Osment referenced the deed that he had submitted to the court, explaining that from his perspective, that would have shown sole ownership, and that at that point, the eviction should be allowed to go forward. I think that, and I believe I had pointed this out at the time of our last hearing, that the deed in question has a meets and bounds description, but it also has a mailing address, and the mailing address is, and since the petitioner's relying on the deed as sort of being the cornerstone document of the presentation, and in as much as it does have that discrepancy in it, I'm going to deny the petition for eviction at this time. That doesn't mean, Mr. Osment, that you might not refile that at a later point, that there might be something to resolve any ambiguity, at least that this court finds in the document. But at this time and under those circumstances, the court is denying the motion.
Thank you, Judge.
And there's nothing to follow. I can't. Is there anything else I can say?
At this point, not in the context of this case, that doesn't preclude your filing of other pleadings in before this court, or potentially in the other matters that are pending here in Butler County. But at least with respect to this question at this time, those are indeed my findings.
Okay. So I just need to prove that it's a typo on the document and it should say west instead of east.
Well, I don't mean to tell you how to run your case. I'm just noting that there is that discrepancy in the document. And I believe I had noted that at the time of our last hearing as well. And so that's the rationale for my finding.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Oh, son of a bit.
You should probably mute before you curse me.
Thank you for your time, Judge. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that made the whole video worth it for me. I love landlord tenant stuff. I love the little nuances of the court, but that guy calling the judge's name right at the end just kind of let out his frustration and gave the judge an opportunity to get a little bit of relief in there. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for sticking it out. We've got a surprise coming early Monday. We're not going to be able to tell anybody till Monday, but everybody's going to be happy with the surprise. Especially Nancy. I think Nancy's going to be the most happy out of anybody for it. But we've got some.
Who remembers what happened on Monday a year ago? What was the surprise?
County, Judge Simpson, Judge Middleton, and I also have a Judge Boyd from a while back from People in Court, a video I watched of hers, and it was really entertaining. I thought you guys would like it, but let's jump in Thurston County real quick.
Why you said you don't want to negotiate. You'd say there's nothing to negotiate here. We're doing the right thing for Dad. So we're going to have a conversation about this. My review of the information that I saw in the file, evidence of that.
Yeah, I've got to jump in and just mention that the one that Kathy had today was just pure awesome. Thank you, Critter, for mentioning that. It was everybody needs to go check that out on Court Vibes. She had a great wild debacle with lawyers and real estate agents and stuff. So y'all need to go check that out. We're gonna start this one back up. Let's go here.
All right.
Okay. So I don't know if you picked up on it. The message I was trying to send when I was talking about I'm only limited to doing money damages in these cases, and I can't order something like don't possess firearms or return firearms or those sorts of things.
Yes, sir.
It was directed at the situation here. My assessment of it is that you took your dad's 11 firearms because of the stroke that he had and your concerns for his safety and the safety of others.
Well,
and I mean, I assume that's the basis, general basis for it.
Actually, when he started having health problems, he offered them to me and wanted me to have them. And so for the second time, actually, there was 2 times this happened. And the very first time when he moved out into a nursing home, he gave me the guns. He wanted me to have them. He even said, I can't lift them. And I'm just, my health is failing. I can't use them. So he gave them to me. And then a year later, he started having health problems again. He gave them to me again. And I have witnesses. And then he has gone above and beyond to discredit me and I mean, I can't even. I'm going to try my best not to lose it here, Your Honor. But
It's heartbreaking.
This has been a rough one.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Okay, so
Everybody send a DM to Bill and ask him what the surprise is for Monday, but don't give him any other information. Don't say, well, they said on court vibes. Don't say anything else. Just say, just everybody send him a text saying, I heard you have a surprise coming on Monday that Nancy is really gonna like. What is it?
if the issue is you're holding your dad's weapons or guns because you have a concern for his ability to safely possess them,
and now I'm swearing at every single one of you in my head. Every single one of you right now, I'm swearing at. You want to know why? Okay, sure, Josh. You want to know why? Last time I did this, I said, everybody send someone an inspirational Bible quote. And the next morning, this person was supposed to wake up to hundreds of inspirational Bible quotes, right? Except only one person did it. Only one person did it. Guess who that person was? Me. So guess what? That person woke up the next day to one Bible quote from me. All of you were supposed to do it. All of you. Nobody did it. I know, ain't nobody gonna text Bill. None of you are. It'll take you 1 second to text Bill and say, Bill, what's happening on Monday in Discord? Do you need the link? Do you need the Discord link? Is that the problem? Like, you have no idea how to get to Discord? Because it's right on my channel. Look, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to find on my channel right now. I clicked, 5 clicks. Ouch! I bent my thumb. And there's the Discord link. Hold on. You guys just made me bend my thumb. There is the Discord link. Go into Discord, send Bill a text saying, what's happening on Monday? I heard. And then you come into this chat right now and you tell me if you did it. If one person does it, okay, Josh did it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to send him a message right now and ask him what's happening on Monday. That's Bobby. That's not Bill. That wouldn't make sense to send Bobby a message asking Bill a question. You have a secret for Monday? All right. I just sent Bill a text message. Please don't let it just be Josh and me, please. It'll just take you a second. It'll be hilarious if we all do it.
which was my interpretation of reading the things that had been filed. That's one thing. If what you're saying is that you believe you have the right to the weapons, even though your father wants them back, and it has nothing to do with the safety issue, that you have some legal right to them, that's potentially a claim. I mean, that's a legal case. We could talk about that.
It's kind of both, Your Honor, honestly. It really is. So when he originally gave me the guns, I had them for probably 8 months. And then all of a sudden he called me and was like, I want my guns back. And he was mad about, he thought it was my fault that he got his driving privileges taken away and all this stuff. So he wanted his guns back. At that time, Adult Protective Services had been called multiple times on him. The neighbors were calling because of him lighting fires and acting irrational. The landlord was calling, his landlord was calling me and asking me if I could get them out of there because they were being so like erratic with the neighbors. I mean, it was just over and over. And then I told him, Dad, I don't feel comfortable putting guns back in your house right now, even though you gave them to me. And then a few days later, he called the police on me and said that I broke into his house and stole them. The cop called me, and it was the same the same officer that had been to his house multiple times, from the neighbors calling. His stepchildren called the police one time because they felt like he was abusing and neglecting his wife. And
hospice.
And hospice was there asking me, there's no guns in the house, because he was being very obsessive over guns, talking about reloading bullets. And so I just said at the time, Dad, let's talk about this later. Like, I don't feel comfortable putting guns back in your house, even though they were a gift. And I have multiple witnesses that saw him give them to me as a gift. He's promised me the guns my whole life. That's why
I had to jump in there and say thank you, Fozzie. Thank you, Fozzie. It's kind of odd that you got both kamikaze and pilot on the
Yo, Bill, it's really rude to pause a stream. People are here to watch court. What the heck? So unprofessional.
gifted memberships. I don't know how you found that one, so thank you, Fozzie.
uploaded 3 of his wills that it says there, I want you to have them. I know that he can change his will whenever he wants. That's not what I'm trying to say. But then, so the cop called me and was like, I appreciate you not putting guns back in the house. So then what was it, a month maybe went by?
When he filed the case, it was 6 months later.
Was it a few months later? Then he walked into the Lacey Police Department and said, Daniel broke into my house in the middle of the night and stole my guns. He's had like 4 or 5 different lists of guns. There's been like 4 guns, 8 guns, 15 guns, 21 guns. He's gotten 3 lawyers against me. All 3 of them dropped his case. One of them told them they were gonna turn him into Adult Protective Services because of his behavior. This has been the most horrible year of my life. My wife and I have spent over a decade caring for him, taking care of him, doing everything for paying all of his bills, doing grocery shopping for him, cooking for him. You name it. All the services that he has set up in his house, hospice, VA, we did that. We got dial-a-lift. We did all of that. I took him to all of his appointments, dozens and dozens and dozens of appointments. Trying not to get too worked up here.
Happy Storehouse, happy speaking. Uh-oh. What did he say? What do you mean you're getting messages? What did you do? Don't delete Discord. Don't delete Discord. We're showing a stream of yours from a year ago right now, and you promised a surprise on Monday. So I said, everybody text Bill and see what the surprise is for Monday. You don't have to. You don't. But don't delete Discord. Bye, Bill.
He has posted all over Facebook how I'm a red flag law, he's a risk. He's called the police. He's called my entire family, all of my siblings, and told them that how dangerous I am, how horrible I am, how I broke into his house. They don't even talk to him anymore because of it. My sister has been here through this whole entire thing. She's seen everything. She was either here in person or has had personal conversations with him. I mean, this is the most. I don't even know what to say. I just can't even fathom this anymore.
Hey, let me interrupt. So have you contemplated getting guardianship?
We've discussed it, but I just don't know. I don't want to take his rights away from him. I've only tried to do what's right for him, and I feel.
Okay, so we're gonna have to. Let me have you raise your right hand, Mr. Nicholson. Do you swear that testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you just told me that your father gave you the weapons as a gift.
Yes,
that
sir.
is, your belief is that he had no expectation that the weapons are going to ever be returned to him. Is that your position?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so even though the wills refer to him or you getting the weapons upon his being deceased, you're maintaining that in fact he gave you the weapons without having to activate the provision in the wills. Is that your position?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Nicholson in court, Mr. Ronald Nicholson, your
Yes,
son
that's
says that you
correct.
gave him a gift of the weapons.
No.
Okay, tell me how he got your
Okay,
weapons.
the guns were going to be given to him.
Bill, we were telling you jokes earlier to try to see if he'll smile. Try to see if you belly laugh. Okay, guys, look at the screen. The dad is right there. Who else thought the dad had passed away and they were fighting over the guns in the well? The dad is alive right there. Is the son trying to take away the dad's guns while he's still alive? Is that what's happening right now? Bill, do you remember? This was a year ago. I do not remember anything from my stream from a year ago. Nothing. I might have said Merry Christmas. I don't really know. I'm sure I did.
Through my will upon my death. The reason that he got the guns in the first place was because I was moving into a place called Patriots Landing, which does not allow weapons.
My mom lived at Patriots.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with it.
And so I had to have a place to put the guns. So I asked him if he wouldn't temporarily keep the guns at his house.
I'm sorry. Sir, why don't you raise your right hand? Let me swear you in.
Oh.
You swear the testimony in this case will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so I got to say, I was at Patriots Landing. I couldn't keep the guns there. So I wanted to keep the guns safe from somewhere. And so I chose his house. They were going to be given to him upon my death, not upon my life. Or I was going to die first before I give him the guns. That was the stipulation, and that's what my will said. Although that has been changed because I am fearful that he is going to have guns. He has a phobia when it comes to weapons. I've asked him to do counseling and a whole bunch of other stuff, but he won't do it. At least I don't think he has. Anyway, so the process of me acquiring these guns there's nothing wrong. Well, I have a here from my my doctor. I have two doctors that said that my first doctor, her name was Rachel Carlin. She was not a VA doctor, but my geriatric doctor and my the stroke doctor. I can't think of his name right now. I mean,
Your
his name is Dr.
neurologist?
Bright, but I can't think of what you call those doctors.
Your neurologist.
Neurologist, yeah. Oh, thank you. Anyway, they gave me a clean bill of health. Said I'm just as sane as
I saw
anybody
that in
else. I don't need to worry about. He gave me back my car. He wasn't going to. The reason he had my guns in the first place was because I'd went to bed early that night. Over a year ago, I waited a year to make this, to file this, because I wanted him to come to his senses, but he didn't. And so in the process of doing that, I ended up, how should I put this? Anyway, I ended up trying to get my guns from, well, let's put it this way. The doctor said I'm cured from the stroke.
Cookie?
I have no problem with the stroke whatsoever. Nothing.
Warm.
I have no qualms whatsoever. My geriatric doctor and the neurologist have said that everything's fine.
No,
in fact, they gave me to get my driver's license back. He had me take from a speech therapist. I had to memorize 2 10-word. They were twice they did this. What she did, she would tell a story.
All right, yeah, you don't have to describe that.
Okay, good. Well, anyway.
Okay, so it's your position that you asked your son to hold your guns. Your position is you didn't give them to him.
Correct. I didn't give him his guns.
Okay, and are you still residing at Patriots Landing?
Pardon me?
Are you still living at Patriots Landing?
No, I'm not. I moved out of there. I couldn't handle it. Post-traumatic stress syndrome took over. I didn't sleep for 5 days. So I had to get out. I had 3 psychiatrists tell me, get out of that place because of all the deaths. And I had two buddies of mine that were in the Battle of Incheon. They're Marines, and that affected my brain big time. And so I had to leave, and I bought a park in Lacey, at a trailer park in Lacey, and I've been happy there ever since.
Okay.
And my wife has since died, about 6 months ago. But my judgment is that the guns were not his to begin with. Upon my death, I was going to give him, but I don't want him to have those guns now because his phobia with those guns.
Okay.
I've willed the guns to my grandson because I'm afraid of him having these guns. His phobia, his actions, his constant lies. He lied to me about hospice, not allowing guns. Well, that was a complete fabrication. He's lied to the police officer. He lied to his sister. He lied to his brother. He lies all over the place just to keep the guns.
Okay.
And I tried not to interfere in that, not around, with his brothers and sisters. But it's just too much for me. But he lies to me, and when I caught him in his lie, because hospice said there's no such thing as that. I even talked to the manager over that, the head nurse over that situation, and she said, no, there's nothing like that.
Are you still on hospice care?
Pardon me?
Are you still on hospice care?
No, I'm not. That was my wife. She had that hospice.
Okay, all right.
She had it for over a year.
Right, okay. All right, thank you.
I'm not sure if you want to speak to my sister, but she was in the waiting room and she got kicked out, but she's on standby if you'd like to talk to her.
If I was in your position, Daniel Nicholson, I would have done the exact same thing. So I understand the instinct there. My dad fought in Korea, and he had a Chinese. He had a Chinese rifle. He had a pistol.
My dad has threatened suicide. I mean, it's
Right. Okay. My point here being, I understand what you did. As I said, I would do the same thing, but that's different than a legal authority. The argument that he gave them to you as a gift, your dad's arguing with that. He says, no, just give them to hold. The evidence of that, are people saying, yeah, it looks like it was a gift, but I'm not convinced that your father was able to discern the difference between gift and not at the time the guns are going back into your possession. So I'm not comfortable saying they were indeed a gift and he waived all his rights to any possession of them. Bottom line is, this looks like it was an attempt by you to keep your father safe and others safe, and you did it out of the goodness of your heart, trying to be protective of him.
I just thought about it. I was trying to think about what I would do in my family in that situation. If it's some old war relics or something like that, it's really easy to make a gun inoperable. And so if you're worried about giving a gun to an old family member, that's just having it as a relic, not, they're not trying to protect their home with it. They're not using it for personal protection. It's just a memory for them. You can easily make that firearm unusable. So it's no longer a weapon. It'd be dangerous to do that to somebody who uses a firearm for protection. But I think it's in a situation like this right here, I just remove the firing pin and give it back to Dad. You're gonna remember the hard times. You're gonna remember the bad feelings when he's long and gone, and that's not worth it to hold on to. So just pull the firing pins on it, give it to Dad, and hug him and spend his remaining days together.
Wait, tell me more, Bill. Bill, tell me more, please. How else do you disable a gun?
Appearing before me, I haven't. Your dad found his way to the courthouse. He filed this claim, and he appears competent at this moment in time.
So I do have one question.
Yeah, well, hold on just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
So I don't find any legal basis. If you're next room available?
I have someone I can.
Yeah. Mr. Whitehead and Mr. Leva. And Mr. Leva isn't here, just Mr. Whitehead. So there's no legally, I don't find that I can decide the case in Daniel Nicholson's favor. If your dad wants the weapons back, he gets the weapons back based on, I don't see that he lacks competency appearing today. That's not the result I want, because I don't want to read about in the paper something happening. The option you have is getting a guardianship and then being able to make those decisions. And, I recognize the difficulties that's going to be with your dad appearing competent right now. There may be an unwillingness on the part of a court to grant a guardianship. This is a problematic case. And the only thing I can't order the return of the weapons. As I said, this is only about a money judgment. Your dad hasn't given me any evidence as to the value of the weapons.
The guns that he listed, I don't even have them.
So I don't have any.
I wrote on the form $9,000. That's my estimate. That's the scopes and the rifles and everything.
Yeah, but there has to be a basis for that besides just being an estimate. I don't have any catalogs. I don't have any pricing.
Well, yeah, you can't do that. It's just strictly what I paid for them, basically.
Your Honor,
they're all retail.
Bill, you had a big raid last year. That's freaking exciting. Chad is about to get very, very busy on your stream right now.
It's retail.
One thing.
Yeah, so
the list that he provided, there's only a few on that list that I actually have.
He's gotten rid of guns over the years. I think he doesn't remember.
Yeah, so this is part of the problem, and I've tried to explain to him, like, because at first there was 4 guns that he wanted, or 5 maybe. He sent an email, and I'm like, okay.
How many do you have, Mr. Nicholson?
I think there's 7, one of which he gave me as a Christmas gift 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that are on that list.
There's a total list of the guns that are, well, here.
Yeah, but that's
not accurate.
It's not accurate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Well, you had
7,
11
8,
in
9,
there.
10, 11, 12. 12 guns.
There's
What's-
another list that I uploaded where there's like 17. And then there's another list
I
that
saw that. Okay. All right. So Daniel Nicholson, in your actual possession, you say you have 6. Is
Yes.
that right? Okay.
Oh, he's got them at home.
And Ronald Nicholson, your son, said you gave him one of the weapons as a Christmas gift. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay.
But not one, not, that was a separate gun. These 12 guns are the ones that he took out of my safe. The other guns I gave to him.
Okay.
I gave him all his guns except for that
True.
AR, the AR.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know if you looked at his letters, but he's writing on there that I have a weapon of war, M16. He called me on the phone, Your Honor, and said he's going to get the FBI to break into my house and report me as a red flag.
Well, he also
Right.
said in the court today, while we were waiting,
He said if this doesn't go in his favor, he's coming to my house next. We literally do not answer the door because we're fearful of our lives. He's made threats. He has.
and he said he's bringing reporters to our house.
Yeah, he's bringing reporters to our house. I'm actually I'm a public figure in my community, and he has been trying to discredit me every which way. I had to block him on Facebook because he was posting my name and address all over Facebook and telling them and just writing that I broke into his house and that I'm a potential school shooter.
I don't even have Facebook.
That's not true.
No, my mom just did that to me recently. She did.
Full key.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, folks. Hey, we've gone way beyond the limits of what this proceeding is. I thought we might if we open this door, but we have to have this conversation since the case was filed.
I just don't know what to do. Even if I give him his guns back, it's never going to be enough because he thinks that I have something that I don't.
Right. What everybody here, both parties are seeking is a resolution from the court where I don't think there is a resolution that's possible here. The easiest thing, the way you get a most complete resolution here is if you are able to get a guardianship. Without a guardianship, your dad is appearing in front of me, and Mr. Nicholson appearing in front of me, has the ability to make his own decisions. And we typically, and then you can report your concerns, which would be legitimate about his ability to have these weapons.
Of course. And I hit the mute button, it just didn't work. So Biggin had a good question. Why'd they take his guns? Dad gave the son.
Oh my God, Bill, thank you so much. That was so nice of you. I can't believe you forgot to mute. Now I may see, guys, it's not just me. It happens. It's very difficult to hit that one button. Oh my God. What if I was muted right now? That would have sucked. But I'm not.
Some guns. The son had some of his dad's guns for a temporary time, and then dad wants the guns back, and dad's getting older, has a little bit of dementia, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And so the son doesn't feel comfortable giving the guns back. He feels as dad gave it to him as a gift, and he doesn't feel safe to give them back. Well, the dad feels he's great. He didn't give them to the son. The son can have them when he dies. Problem is he's asking for more guns than what he's physically got, as he's lost some over the years, and so it's just a mess back and forth. You got father and son. You know, they obviously love each other, but this is going to split them up and divide them, and soon enough, the father's going to be gone, and son's going to be wishing he would have handled it different.
And put him on the law enforcement list is something they should be aware of. But that's the process that, you know, the legislature has set up for how to handle these situations. You have the right to seek a protection order, which is a separate process than this, to tell your dad he can't come to your house if there's a concern there, you know. And those are the types of things. That's how the legal process is set up. It's wholly inadequate to address a very real concern that you have. I am very sympathetic to that concern. But my sympathy for that concern doesn't allow me to ignore what the law is here. So I would find that other than the weapon that you indicate your dad gave you as a gift, he's entitled to the other weapons. He hasn't given me a good basis for assessing the dollar amount that I would.
I will say that probably half of the 6 guns that I do have, I'm not even sure if they work, because they're really old. I mean, they're not antique old, they're just old crappy guns.
Right. Do you have any ammunition?
No.
Does your dad have any ammunition?
No.
Yeah, he loads his own bullets.
Oh, does he? At home? Yes. He's loading bullets at home. He has ammunition at home. He has guns at home.
He's went and bought guns since this.
Okay. So your dad possessing firearms is he's possessing them now. He just has different weapons than the weapons you have. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so the safety issue exists whether you keep the weapons or not keep the weapons. It sounds like he already has weapons on his own.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, when this thing first started and he called me and he said he wanted his guns back, and I told him, hey, let's just hold off for now. There was so many things happening at that time with, like I already stated before, and plus my stepmom was on hospice, and there was just a lot going on. Plus I had the police officer call me and ask me not to.
And hospice.
Asked me not to. So if he would have just let it go and let time go by, and then I saw him maybe recovering, things might have been different. But he immediately went and said that I broke into his home, which
we've been through this, and one of the things you'll hear from me and probably any other judges, we can't really stop what people say about somebody else. That's, if you're a public figure, if you appear on Facebook, people are going to say stuff about you, and courts don't make it a habit of intervening in that. So we try to stay away from that. There's not much that can happen there. I just have to develop, people say bad stuff about me all the time, and I just have to turn a deaf ear to it.
I hear you.
So
they better not, Judge. Did you guys see his video he made? It wasn't just him. It was all of Thurston County. They made 2 videos. One for, I think, Christmas and one for Valentine's Day, where they're all singing or lip singing. The whole court, the court reporters, the staff, the lawyers, the prosecution, the defense, the judges. I can't play them. I played one of them once on my channel, like 2.5 years ago, I think. And YouTube just nailed me hard because of the music and the song. So go to Thurston County Courts, and I'll try to find the link before the end, and watch these two, this whole courthouse. It's so good. It is so good. I'll try to find the links and I can post that. I just can't play them.
I can't address those concerns. I have the safety concern, but it's interesting to me now to find out that in fact your dad's safety concern is kind of moot because your dad already has weapons and ammunition, it sounds like, apart from the weapons that you possess of his.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen it, but I just know that he's
told, because
mentioned it.
he said that he bought him, then he said that he sold him. So
Yeah.
we don't know if he physically has them right now, because he's told his Dan's sister both stories.
Yeah, I mean,
He's telling me he has them. You have weapons at home?
I'm sorry.
You have weapons at home?
Yes, I do.
yeah, I've never seen
Take
him.
it to the range.
I don't know what he has.
I take the guns to a range and fire them at a range, at a target.
When was the last time you went to the?
About a month ago.
All right.
When it's not raining.
I can't speak to that. I have no idea. I mean, I've tried to communicate with him over this, but all I ever get is him calling me names, and it just devolved. I mean,
Is there any member of your family that serves as an intermediary?
His sister tried.
my sister.
Successfully, you think?
No, like she's tried over and over again, and he just doesn't. It doesn't compute.
Okay.
I don't know how to resolve this, and I've tried to. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, how do he's very obsessive, compulsive, and
yeah. We don't want to sort of keep throwing logs on the fire here. I've listened to.
That's fine.
What's going on. I pursuant to this process to weigh in on. So applying the law, I'm not convinced that your dad understood that he was giving you weapons as a gift with the expectation they would never be returned to him. It seems to me, I will make a finding that they were given to you to hold during periods of difficulties in his life. He appears competent now and has demanded their return, and I have obligated to find judgment for his favor. As I said, I cannot order the return of the weapons pursuant to this process, but I can assess the dollar damage. I have not been presented any specific facts as to the value of the weapons, so I will just assign just minimal acknowledgement financially of the weapons. So Mr. Daniel Nicholson indicates that he currently has 6 of the weapons that there was a list of 12 or 11 that Ronald Nicholson presented to the court. I'm satisfied that the current possessor of those weapons knows the exact number. He says it's 6. And I will assess damages just based on them having some intrinsic value of $100 per weapon. So that'll be a judgment in core of $600 for Ronald Nicholson against Daniel Nicholson, plus the $50 filing fee, a total of $650. And so as a result of this proceeding, Daniel Nicholson, you owed Ronald Nicholson $650. And that's all I can do in this case. All right.
I appreciate your time.
Okay, and good luck to all of you. I hope eventually you can achieve some peace here and have kind words to say about each other. I'll just tell you, your dad, while he's sitting here in front of me, it appears, Mr. Nicholson, that your son is doing this out of love for you. He's not doing it to take advantage of you. So that's just my assessment. You don't have to try to tell me different. I'm just telling you, listening to both of you, that's how I feel.
Okay, no problem.
All right, here's your judgment form right here, sir. All right, thank you all very much.
All right, I already know, I already hear it now. You guys want to see the ending? You want to see the end screen of American Courts? Nope, I'm not going to play that. If you want to see the end screen, the outro, which is outstanding, for American Courts, you got to go over there and click on one of the videos and watch it. You got to. That's where you watch the end screen, which is unbelievably fantastic. And I'm going to go do it as soon as this stream is over. I'm going to go and watch the end screen on American Courts. Okay. Zach, thank you so much. That was excellent content. And I recorded it with the mute on, and that would have ruined my day. Only it wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have known it was excellent content because the whole stream was muted. But you saved me, and you gave it to me unmuted. And I hate that that lawyer was from Pennsylvania. I hate it. Monica, thank you for the cheers. I appreciate it. Josh, thank you so much for the gift memberships. I can't believe you got Brad, you got Cha, you got some good people in there. Kim, oh nah. Zach, thank you for trying again to give Bobby a membership. At one point, Bobby's going to get a membership. I already know this. Bill, we miss you, and we love you. And we just had a great hour with you. We really did. That was so cool to watch Bill again. And some of the other commenters. Not all of them, but some of them. Guys, thank you so much for coming out to this live stream. I really appreciate it. I do. It's always so much fun. I hate when it's over. And it's over now, and I hate it. But we'll be back again soon. Bill did come. Yes, he did. He was here because we texted the hell out of him with cryptic messages. What's happening on Monday? This is how rumors get started. I started rumors. Guys, be good, be nice, behave. All right? I'll see you again in a couple freaking hours. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright, she's got that grace. Come join the fun, it's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy, she's always top shelf. Don't take my word, come and see for yourself. Her cases are new with a twist or two. I really like them, I believe you will too. A little lifeline passed along in rhyme. Why don't you join us? It's a guaranteed good time. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. and see for yourself.